We're out here checking out something a little different here today, of course. So this is a 1925 Dodge Charger Daytona. This hit the market with a lot of flair and a lot of great looking commercials. And when you want to get people like myself, and Bob Andrews is here with me now, you know him, he raced at Oswego for 24 seasons. He's same age as me, class of 79 guy, so he's grown up with a lot of cool cars.
Dirt 20 and Oswego 4.
There you go. If you want to get a debate going with guys like us, this is the car to do it right here. 2 electric motors. This thing went for 61,000 new. It is just under 500 horse, 485 I think is what this one is rated at, or something like that, 496, somewhere in that range,
yeah.
Right, Bob? Okay, you've been driving it for a little bit. What's your first impression of this car?
Oh, it's amazing, and it's something that you really have to experience. It's a whole different way of thinking about things. First of all, the horsepower numbers don't matter. The instant torque these have is, I promise you, is not
Really?
like any race car you've driven.
Okay, so we don't have to wait for it to wind up. It's there pretty much, huh? And ready to explode.
Like a magnetic roller coaster, it pulls like it'll startle you. You'll see.
I saw the commercials. You saw the commercials. I was intrigued right away. Did you have the same reaction? Because remember the commercial? They had the booming voice, the burning of tires. You know.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, I love learning about new cars anyway, but I love my Mopars, and I thought it was really great looking. They needed a 2-door Charger for a long time again, and it was good to see one.
Of course, remember the Charger started in 1966. You remember the old
Yep,
4-seater versions.
absolutely.
Most of them had the little 318s, but you could get up to a Hemi, even a 440 in those. Then, of course, you had the Dukes of Hazzard style Chargers.
Yep.
Then the ones from the early 70s. And then, of course, most recently, the 4-door Charger has been a favorite of a lot of people. You sell cars, that's still a car that a lot of people want, isn't it?
Absolutely, yep.
Yeah, and you can get close to 500 horsepower and even more on some of those. So how did we come around to see this car? What was your motivation to get this?
Well, interesting story. I was interested in them. Of course, I buy cars for my business at dealer auctions, and I was talking to a used car rep that works at a Chrysler dealership out by Rochester, and I said, I like them, but we were talking about how they just are a big sales flop. Nobody really wanted them. And he said, well, we have some, and we can't get rid of them. And so that was on Friday. On Tuesday, I get a call from the salesman. He says, hey, you were talking to our guy, and he said, can I put you in one of those Chargers? Okay. I said, no, I don't really need it, and I love it, but I don't really need it. And he said, well, we've got 3 of them to get rid of before the tax incentives go off at the end of September.
Gotcha.
So I said, well, the only way I do it would have to be a really good deal. And he said, what's a really good deal? I said, 2, 2, and 2. No more than $2,000 down, no more than $200 a month, and a 2-year lease. Okay. And he said, oh, no, we could never do that. That's a $60,000 car. Well, in about an hour, he started messaging me, and long story short, ended up at $2,000 down, $220 a month, and it's a 2-year lease with 7,500 miles a year.
And again, these went for 61 new. I looked them up yesterday, about 30, 35. I'm seeing that's quite a drop off for 1 year of time, right? I mean, almost half the value at this point. Now, there's a lot of interesting things. We're going to open up the door here in just a second, but from what I understand, there is sound that comes out of this. Is it something that the air going through here, something gets channeled through? Is that how they get the sound? It's just a speaker in the back. Okay. So let's open up the door here and see what this thing looks like, because I did a little research on this last night. I love the interior. I love the way this thing looks. So check it out, guys. Okay. There we are. You see the shifter right there. Pretty sharp in itself right there.
Harking back to the pistol grip.
I like that. Like back to the old Challengers and Chargers of the late 60s, early 70s. That pistol grip was one of the more popular. Not easy to grab in a hurry, but still a very popular option at this point. And we're going to fire this thing up and let you hear it a little bit. So one of the things that I noticed too, and I'm going around the back here and show you a little bit. So the Scat Pack has that spoiler that I saw in some of the videos, right? Yeah. This is the RT, so it doesn't have that. So there you see the taillights. Little homage to the old Chargers there. I like that with the taillights all the way across and all of this. So
this is an interesting thing here. This is the symbol from the 70s. They Chrysler named that Fratzog.
Really?
It was a made-up word, and they call the sound, the speakers that make the sound Fratzonic.
Okay.
So totally made up.
Yeah, and I guess there's several sounds you can actually make it at this point. How long does this thing have to charge? What's the usual time you have to put it on a charger before you get back close to full or able to drive a long distance again?
It's a long question. I'll just tell you how I do it. They say the ultimate for battery health, you should keep it between 20 and 80%. So when it gets down to 20, I plug it in at my charger at my shop, which is a level 2. and I can get from 20 to 80 in about 5 to 6 hours.
Okay.
Now, if you go to a supercharger, you can get definitely faster charging.
Did you have to have that installed, or was that power you already had?
Yes, they gave me, it was a $700 charging unit, and they gave me that with the car. I just had to have my electrician put in. I built a new building, so it was easy to do it then.
And look at this from the front, getting a little air working here as it comes through.
That's very ridiculous.
Yeah, because that looks like it would go on the back instead of the front. So overall, do you like it?
I do love it. I do love the car. The thing I could tell you best about it is what I've learned. I've had a few electric cars on my car lot, and there's 3 levels. To me, the Nissan Leaf would be the basic. Tesla is the top level. This is probably a mid-level. It does.
Okay.
There's some things that like a Tesla will do, or the new Silverado will do that this doesn't do that I wish it had.
Okay.
But nothing that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Well, well, let's be honest. I mean, the goal with the other cars, because we have a hybrid ourselves, is to save money on gas and get around a little. This does not fit that at all. That's not why they did this.
Well, yes and no.
Really?
I'll tell you this. I live 9 miles from my office, so roughly 20-mile round trip, and I can go 6 days on a charge during warm weather.
Okay.
And
yeah, 'cause it does make a difference.
That's with my Buick Enclave. It's about $30 a week for gas. With this, it's about $6 worth of electricity.
Okay, all right.
So, I mean, that's not totally, but that's the thing they do.
Mm-hmm. Leave comments, guys. Let us know what you think about this. And this is some of the things we'll be doing down the road. So here's what I'm really wondering, Bob. Can I drive it?
Oh, absolutely, my friend.
All right, so the next clip, normally I say fire it up, but I don't know if that term applies necessarily with what we're doing here, but we'll take this for a ride. You guys can hear it. We'll put it in both the silent mode and the mode where you can hear it more of a traditional, because I know that's one of the big things that horsepower people, it makes no noise, I got to hear some noise. So we understand, but again, be tasteful with your comments. All right, we're looking at this from a totally open book here. So next, we'll take it, so look for the next clip. We'll take this Charger Daytona for a ride.